Hello and welcome to today's codebook tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about CSheets. Codebook has the ability to automate the creation of room data sheets, thus saving many hours of manually creating these in Revit. To open a CSheets tool, select from the Codebook add-in Codebook, create CSheets. Codebook will now open up the CSheet creation tool. We're now going to select the build list option, and on the right we have a list of rooms we wish to create a CSheet for. We can include all, we can remove all, we can include all and then remove perhaps unlinked rooms. We can add departments, we can add floors, we can add rooms, we can add room instances, and we can also drag and drop from a Project Explorer directly into this build list. Once we have a build list set, we can say build list, save, and we can also recall these settings later on. For this demonstration, we're just going to drag one room in. Next, we're going to run through the settings. So we're going to click Plans, and we can see we have various options for creating the plans. We have the option for call-out views or detail views. We can set the distance from wall face to the edge of view, the cut height for the plan view, the cut height for the ceiling view, the plan view offset, and the ceiling view offset. We also have the option to include an additional ceiling plan and include a 3D view, and then crop the two views out so we can see easily into the room through the 3D view. We can also set the plot scale. Next, if we look at elevations, we can now set how they're going to appear on the view. We have the option to arrange horizontally along the bottom of the sheet, or to omit them completely. We can then set the elevation type, call out versus detail, and then set the offset of a section line from wall face. We can ignore walls shorter than a preset millimeters. We can then set the distance from wall face to the edge of view. This is also in millimeters. Next, Codebook can actually insert a grid view on top of the CSheet. The grid view is to aid identification on an elevation view of key heights. So we can use the option to add grid using family or add horizontal lines using the Codebook family. The Codebook family is in the CDB settings installation folder and can be edited using Revit. Next, we're going to look at the FF&E schedule. We can omit a schedule. We can use shared parameters, which will insert a schedule into Revit using the shared parameters inserted into the title block. As you can see here, these are the default shared parameters Codebook will create, and these can be added to the CSheet. We can also use the Revit schedule. This is a preferred method, so we can now set the schedule width in millimeters, the description column in characters, and also the heights and column widths and heights. If we click Report Settings, we can also filter the FF&E schedule report on group or classification, and we can use the Report Sections option. For layout, we can now set the default layout of a plan view, ceiling view, elevations, 3D and schedule in the X, Y locations on the CSheet. So we can choose the default layout, or we can specify where we want each view to appear. If we move on to view and sheet names, we can now name how Codebook's going to create each view for the plan, 3D, elevation and schedule. So it would be CS in this instance, and then the room number, room name or room label. We can also specify a sheet name format, so we can give it a prefix, a name or a label, and then an additional name. Finally, we can specify a view template for our title sheet, plan view, ceiling view, elevations view, and 3D view. We can also set what we're going to do with the existing files. If we've already created CSheets, we can control how Codebook refreshes those. So we have the option to do not alter existing view sheet or views. This will just refresh the equipment schedule. Create new view sheets and views. So this will create new view sheets and views. And finally, keep existing view sheets and create new views. So the sheet will remain the same, but the views will be refreshed. Once we have a CSheet setting set up as we require, we can go to File and Save Settings. We can then recall those settings by going to File and Recall Settings. Once we're happy with these settings, we click the option to create CSheets. That concludes this codebook tutorial on CSheets. If you have any questions, please contact support at codebookinternational.com. Thank you.